Under the Hat. I'm back. It's been a while, but I thought it was got to be done this time around because we've got Hell in a Cell fast approaching, and it's one of the best matches in WWE history, really. Unfortunately, Sydney can't make it because it's one of his favourite matches as well. And we were planning on doing another classic top 5. Haven't done one in a couple of years, and it's going to be pretty tough actually because I'm going to have to, I don't know, decide all by myself what the top 5 is going to be. So it's going to be a tricky one. Not really sure. So I could have really done with some help actually, but I guess it's going to. Oh my goodness! What? It's Jack Spider and Jay Hysterio. These guys are veterans on knowing all about Hell in a Cell matches. I mean, I'm chuffed that you guys are here to join in with us. I mean, welcome to Under the Hat.
Thank you, bellboy. It's good to be here. Good to be here.
Thanks. Yeah, very good to be here. Finally on Under the Hat.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had any guests on the show. Well, it's been a while since I've been on the show. But well, I guess we should get down to the nitty gritty.
Indeed.
As you've been well, so kind to come on. Let's get started with the top 5, and the first one I was going to say would be coming in at number 5 would be the Cactus Jack Triple H match at No Way Out 2000.
Yeah, I mean that had pretty much everything there up the top. Yeah, it was. He went through the top of the cell, didn't he, as well?
Well, it wouldn't be Mick Foley / Cactus Jack / Mankind if he didn't go through the cell, would he?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think Foley pretty much narrowed his career down to maybe a few months.
In fact, it was a career-ending match.
It literally was a career-ending match.
And quite fittingly, Foley's career almost ended in the cell a few times. But I think Sydney would be pretty much. It's a shame he's not here to actually.
It's a shame he's not here.
Would you agree with that then, as number 5?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, number 4, I was kind of thinking the same year they had another Hell in a Cell match, and this one featured 6, and it was the only time they had 6 competitors in the Hell in a Cell ever, and ever since as well. You know, they had The Rock, you had Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and Rikishi.
Yeah. I mean, with that one, the build-up to that, you didn't have Elimination Chamberlain, so to have 6 guys in any kind of cage or chamber or anything was unheard of, and to have those 6 in a match, and it was a good 6, that was unbelievable. The build-up to that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about it, wasn't it? It had 6 of the top stars at the time, all in the ring, all in the cage at the same time. Well, we say in a cage, they spent a lot of time out of the cage in that match, didn't they?
They spent a hell of a lot of time out of the cage.
But that's what makes a good Hell in a Cell match. It's breaking out.
Yeah. Something that they don't usually do nowadays with the Hell in a Cell. When I don't agree with the pay-per-view thing being a Hell in a Cell, because it takes the shine off when a random Hell in a Cell match is going to take place.
Exactly.
I can't remember the last time they broke out the cell.
No.
I'm sure perhaps you can leave comments if you know the answer to that one.
Yeah, you know what to do. And subscribe as well, if you haven't already. But there's plenty of videos. I mean, you guys, you've been watching them for years.
Indeed. Every single episode.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get on.
Right. What other better way than classic top 5? And speaking of that, number 3, DX versus the McMahons and Big Show.
Brilliant. I mean, it's fantastic. It's kind of what makes it really good is that McMahon's, both of them, they're not wrestlers themselves, and to put on such a great performance, you know, both sort of dishing out punishment and taking it, was just fantastic, brilliant to watch.
Yeah.
I think people might be surprised that it's in the top 3, but I think if you go back and watch it, it's one of those what over time has been kind of forgotten about. But if you go back and watch it, it can't be beaten. It's that good. It definitely deserves its place in the top 3. I mean, the McMahons were superb. Yeah. I mean, Vince, he really throws himself into that one.
And a sledgehammer shot at the end, snapped in the sledgehammer over Vince's head. And then Shane McMahon took like ridiculous beating. McMahon had his head shoved up Big Show's arse. I mean, what more can you want in a match?
It literally had it all.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I think, that's definitely a valid number 3. Right, now on to number 2. And I reckon all those out there under the hat subscribers are kind of like probably clocking what the top two are going to be.
I think
by
they
now.
probably know, but they might not know what order though.
Yes. So whether or not you agree with it, this is number 2. Undertaker versus Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood, October 1997. First ever Hell in a Cell match.
It was a fantastic match. Obviously, like you say, Bellboy, first ever match of its kind, and it just blew the WWF world away. And it was just fantastic. So much sort of brutality of it all. It's never before seen. So fantastic.
Yeah, it set the bar very high.
It did indeed.
It was hard to...
I think that match set the boundaries for what was possible within a Hell in a Cell match. That really, whatever they did, that gave the inspiration to all the other guys who followed in that format of that match.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. I mean, just seeing the power driver onto the steps and stuff like that, it's like, whoa, you just don't get that. It was a moment where you just don't get anymore.
You don't get even a power driver on the ring anymore. It's ridiculous. And obviously you had blood, which is a massive thing with a Cell match. He had a hell of a lot of blood. With Michaels. And that's when Michaels was in his prime. And Undertaker was in his prime. But I mean, they were still putting on good matches like a few years ago, so fair play to them both. I don't think they'll be able to pull off a Hell in a Cell match like that again.
No, I think Mania 25 was the biggest highlight since.
Oh, totally.
The two of them.
I think that's correct. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows the top hat. I think it's an obvious pick, but it's probably the most brutal match in WWF history. Probably will never see anything half as brutal ever again.
I think
unless someone actually gets shot in the ring.
I think if you saw that violence outside of a wrestling ring, you could get put away for 10 years.
Yeah,
that's how brutal it was.
Indeed. I mean, it wasn't really the longest match we've seen, or longest match.
No,
but it's
one of the
just sheer
shortest
brutality.
lengths, I think. But I think it had to be. It actually could have easily been 10 seconds long.
Yeah. Well, it's like you say, that straight away, immediately thrown off the cage.
Yeah.
Bang. That could have been it there.
I mean, that's when. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen the clips of Foley being thrown off the top of the cell, but what most people who haven't watched the match think is, but that was the end of the match. That was the very start of the match.
Yeah.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
And it just went more and more violent from that point.
Yeah.
It's a credit to Mick Foley, really, because a lesser man would not have got up from that. But Mick Foley, being the crazy, tough SOB that he is, he got up from that. Not only did he get up, he took a bit more as well.
He did indeed. So I mean, like, Mankind versus Undertaker, King of the Ring 98, I think it's got to be our top hat. And I reckon majority of the viewers would probably agree.
They should.
I would say so. I don't think there's any argument to be had there. That's definitely the top hat.
And I did speak to Sydney on the subject, and he agreed.
He did agree. We spoke to him. He agreed.
Yeah. He agreed, and he was very disappointed that he wasn't able to make the classic top 5, because he obviously hasn't done one in longer than I haven't done one. But now that you guys have done one, I'm sure that you know, the seat's always here for you if you want to come onto the show again to do another top 5, or just a random episode, or maybe a viewer's choice one, because we haven't had one of them in a while. So if you do any show that you want to see, write down in the comments and subscribe again up the top. But yeah, well, thanks guys for coming on the show. I mean, it's been a pleasure and a big surprise and a tremendous help as well for me to secure what I thought possibly was a top 5. But you've reassured me in it that I have, a good decent top 5. But we're kind of approaching Hell in a Cell itself anyway, and I don't think we're going to get a dent in that top 5 from this year, do you think?
No.
Not at all.
Not any years.
When you look at that, I think the most latest one of the top 5 was 2006, the McMahon DX one. So we haven't had a good match, Hell in a Cell match, since then, really.
Not really. Not at the calibre that it would need to be to get into the top 5.
I think we should have a special mention though for the Undertaker Edge match.
Yeah, that was in talks.
Yes, it was number 6.
If that was a top 6, it would have been 6.
Yeah, because of the stuff in the ring and stuff like that took place. It just didn't have the going on top of the cell and the blood.
Yeah, I think that's what we all look for in a Hell in a Cell match.
It's what's needed. It's what's required.
Yeah, going to the top and bleeding.
Yeah,
as sick as it sounds.
Yeah,
but I guess that's the way it goes with a Hell in a Cell match. Well, I suppose we better wrap things up. It's been a pleasure to do another show. hopefully it won't be so long next time. And you know, special thanks to Jay Hysterio and Jack Spider for being a special guest on the show. And I guess there's only one more thing to say. And I think I might let you guys say it.
What
What goes under the hat
stays
under
under the hat.